Introduction of Clayton Kershaw. A future Hall of Famer, Kershaw stood on the mound for what may be his final All-Star appearance. The ovation he received was long, loud, and filled with love. His eyes glistened. You could see what it meant to him. And then, it was game time. The National League jumped out to an early lead. Shohei Ohtani, continuing to amaze fans across the globe, delivered a scorching double in the first inning. Then Ketel Marte followed up with a perfectly timed single, bringing in the game's first run. From the very start, the NL lineup looked hungry. Sharp swings, smart base running, and solid teamwork. But if you've watched enough All-Star games, you know a lead means little. The American League answered back with quiet confidence. Yordan Alvarez stepped to the plate and launched a powerful shot deep into the right field corner. The next inning, Riley Green added another, tying things up and firing up the AL dugout. Suddenly, the game was tight again, and the mood in the stadium shifted. Fans leaned forward. Something special was brewing. By the middle innings, both leagues had settled into a rhythm. Defensive plays became sharper. Pitchers got more precise. You could feel the intensity creeping in. Stars like Juan Soto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and Mookie Betts showed flashes of brilliance, even in limited innings. Each manager rotated players smoothly, giving fans a look at nearly every elite name in the game. It was a parade of talent. Not just home run hitters, but glove-first defenders, savvy base runners, and confident young arms. Then came the ninth inning, tied 6-6. Enter Kyle Schwarber, a player known for his raw power and fearless approach at the plate. With runners on and the game in the balance, Schwarber delivered a clutch hit that sent the ball screaming down the line. It drove in a key run and gave the National League the edge. The crowd erupted. Players in the NL dugout jumped onto the railing, high-fiving, shouting, pumping fists. It felt like October in the middle of July. But in true all-star fashion, the American League wouldn't go quietly. They fought back. A well-placed double here, a stolen base there, and soon they had evened the score again, 6-6, deadlocked. That's when the announcers dropped the news. We were going to a swing-off. Now, if you're not familiar, the swing-off is MLB's latest twist to ensure excitement in tied All-Star games. It's a fast-paced, high-pressure showdown where selected players from each team take turns swinging for the fences. It's dramatic. It's wild. And on this night, it was perfect. Fans stood the whole time. Cameras zoomed in on the players' faces, focused, intense, but also smiling. It was competition, yes, but it was joy too. It reminded us what baseball looks like when it's played for the love of the game. In the end, the National League emerged victorious. After years of AL dominance, the NL finally got its moment. The MVP honors went to none other than Kyle Schwarber, whose key hit in the ninth and swing-off strength secured the win. But honestly, there were no losers in this game. Every player, every fan, every family, watching from home, we all won something that night. A reminder of why we love this sport. The 2025 All-Star Game also gave us something deeper. It honored the past, legends like Hank Aaron and Clayton Kershaw, and it pointed to the future. Young stars like Gunnar Henderson, Corbin Carroll, and Elly De La Cruz showed us that the game is in good hands. It was a moment where generations met, where tradition and innovation danced together. And speaking of deeper meaning, if you're moved by stories of resilience, teamwork, and personal growth, I highly recommend reading The Boys in the Boat by Daniel James Brown. Though it's not about baseball, the story shares the same spirit. It follows 9 working-class young men from the University of Washington who defied the odds to represent the United States in the 1936 Berlin Olympics, competing in rowing. Through brutal training, personal loss, economic hardship, and the pressure of representing a nation, these boys grew into a team that embodied excellence and unity. What makes The Boys in the Boat so powerful is how it captures the same feeling we saw on that all-star field. The sense that greatness isn't just about talent, but about timing, trust, and togetherness. These young men rode not for fame, but for each other. And that's what this All-Star Game felt like. Yes, it was about elite players and historic honors, but at its heart, it was about camaraderie, shared joy, and mutual respect. The same stuff that binds great teams together, whether they're swinging bats or pulling oars. So as we wrap up, think back to that moment. The crack of Schwarber's bat, the roar of the crowd, the shared smiles between rivals. Baseball may change, stadiums may evolve, rules may adapt, but the spirit of the game, the connection between players and fans, the way it mirrors life's challenges and triumphs, that remains. Thanks for spending this time with me. If you haven't watched the highlights, go check them out and maybe pick up that book too. Whether you're a lifelong fan or new to the sport, the 2025 All-Star Game reminds us all why baseball still matters. Welcome, baseball fans, and thanks for joining me as we revisit one of the most electrifying nights in recent sports memory. The 2025 MLB All-Star Game, held at Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. This wasn't just a game. It was a celebration of tradition, a farewell to legends, a stage for emerging stars, and a reminder of everything that makes baseball so enduring. From the first pitch to the final swing-off showdown, this year's All-Star Game delivered unforgettable drama and heart. The night began with a moving tribute to one of baseball's greatest icons, Henry "Hank" Aaron. The Atlanta crowd stood united in a thunderous ovation, honoring Aaron's unmatched legacy, not just as a home run king, but as a trailblazer and humanitarian. It was emotional, especially because it happened right there in Atlanta, where his spirit still lives on. Then came another heartfelt moment, the